So I have a request from someone who'd like an update of my avocado tree. And if you remember that this avocado started out in my greenhouse. I had it in a greenhouse for about 3 years, and here she is. As you can see, she's still managing to come back year after year. She seems almost as though she's well adapted to the weather. Keeping my finger crossed. But there she is. That's my avocado tree, and it's still looking healthy. Okay? That's my update on my avocado tree that someone has requested. There should be another avocado tree here somewhere, but as you can see, my husband has been very busy with so many other things that we just can't seem to catch up between him and myself, and there's not much I could do as far as heavy lifting and other strenuous part of the job in the garden. He's pretty much doing a lot of that on his own, and I believe one of the avocado is in that area there, which the azalea and other vines have overtaken. But once he I guess he will eventually get to that to clear that area, the other avocado tree will show up, which that avocado tree that's under that underbrush there has been there for about 2 to 3 years, I believe, at least 2 years. Okay, so, and here goes another one of my citrus tree right here. It's doing very well. So it looks kind of cloudy today, but it seems like the sun is attempting to come out, as you can see right there, but it's a bit cloudy. Let's go and take a look at what's going on in the garden. And before we even get close, let me show you from here. You see all that explosion of yellow there? We're having explosions of blooms, and that can only mean one thing, I hope. Lots of potential cucumbers. See all that blooms? Just tons of it. I mean, beautiful. If I am a bee, I won't be able to resist all of these blooms. But okay, let's see what happened to all of this. Here's an update of all the butternut squash that we hand pollinated. As you can see, that's doing really nice there. And actually, let me see if I can focus that one. I'll go on the other side. On that side, one of the butternut squash fell. We had to take it away because the squirrel was trying to eat it. We still have a squirrel problem in the areas where they can't get to. They're trying their hard to eat whatever they can. So, and here's another butternut squash there, turning color. Soon as it's completely yellow to buff to yellow color, and this is very close to that. My camera doesn't show it, but it's actually much deeper in almost yellow to golden yellow color. Lots of blooms on my cucumber. Okay, and up there you can see my bottle gourd. I mean, all the way on top of the trellis. Now, let me bring you closer to get a good look at what's happening. Okay, baby bottle gourds there. There goes another baby. That one is gonna be harvested next week sometimes. More bottle gourd. As you can see, this is a very prolific bottle gourd plants I have this year. As you can see, look at them. Okay, those are just it looks to me they have been pollinated, because as you can see from the size of it right there. And it looks really nice from this angle here. You can see all of those bottle gourd. And okay, just to give you an idea how my bottle gourd is doing this year, I think it's doing so much better than the first, the second, or third time I planted it. This was from the seed I saved the first time I planted bottle gourd, and as you can see, it's very, very prolific this year. For now, that's what my bottle gourd looks like. Oh, I said I will come to this side here because I couldn't get a shot of this on the other side. There they are. Oh, there's one on the floor down there. And they're starting to turn color. There's one here. There was actually two on this end of the vine. Squirrel got to it. And here goes another one. And as you can see, all of our hand-pollinated bottle gourd are doing very well. And of course, won't be long now, and we'll be looking at some, I don't know if it's showing. You can see that my tomatoes are putting out a good amount of fruits here, I would say. Still in, I see this one, still in bloom, lots of bloom still going on, and at the same time lots of fruits. Okay, so that's how the tomatoes are looking as well. Have to hurry up with this update of what's growing in my garden, because I have another thing that I'd like to share with you all. Okay? Okay, it's like about 3 or 4 days ago I made a video showing you how I must harvest my green beans in order for it to continue producing. Oops, pardon me. I almost stepped on a little dip which almost tripped me. Okay, so as you can see, like I said, if you want the beans to continue producing for you, you must harvest on time. And it wasn't but 3 or 4 days ago, was it, when I showed you our harvest of it. And today we must do that again, because if you look, you look real good in there. You can see. Okay. If you look real good, you can see that there's a good amount of beans again that must be harvested. And we have to continue. This is the time where you had to just keep harvesting. This is the peak of the season for the beans. at least for these beans that I could see, is very prolific. We already have a very good harvest out of it, and it's now begging to be picked again, as you can see. Take a look at that up there. I mean, these Italian green beans, and we are enjoying it. It's so delicious. Stringless, very good flavor, and we have been sharing a good amount of it, cooking a good amount of it. Okay, pick again. Okay, so 3 or 4 days ago, I posted some of our green beans and zucchini. Well, today we actually have our first straight eight. And one zucchini, one straight eight, and lots and lots of green beans again. So this is what they look like again right now. It looks like we pretty much picked most of them, except for the little baby ones. And let's see how long before we'll have to pick some more green beans. Let me give you an update of the pepper that were planted in the middle, not in between, in the middle of this bed where I have all of my yam planted. As you can see, the yam are starting to climb up the trellis. Okay, so let me show you what the beans are doing. Pardon me, what the peppers are doing. Look at this. That's a nice huge pepper right there. I believe this is the big gem. Okay, lots of fruits and more blooms. And here we got our jalapeno. I've been picking from this. I've been cooking soup, and if you notice, if you have watched any of my cooking videos, you would notice that some of the recipe calls for, or I added some of this jalapeno in it. Okay, and here goes another jalapeno, and as you can see, lots and lots of fruit and more blooms. Okay, the jalapeno is almost 2 feet high, and it's really putting out lots of fruits. Okay, so, and the yam, as you can see, let's go on this side. That's the purple yam, as you can see right there. And right in the middle of this raised bed, I have sweet 100 cherry tomatoes, which my granddaughter loves, so I just had to put that cherry tomatoes there for her. Okay. Okay, and this bed, you can see that my tomatoes here are also putting out some fruit. Let's go on the other side. Right there. And these are the last tomatoes I planted, which is on this side of the hoop house. Remember, and earlier in spring, I gave one of this raised bed to my daughter, so she could plant. She and my grandchildren could plant, because my grandchildren loves the garden, And because I cannot put them in my videos, it's such a good idea that my daughter decided to plant her own. And they harvested all of the lettuce that was planted in that area where she had some of her pots of marigold in there, and she got other stuff, other things growing like eggplants and tomatoes and cilantro, and right there she had been harvesting the, let me get closer, rainbow charge. She loves the rainbow charge. As you can see, they have been harvesting that. My grandson and my granddaughter, my little ones, love nibbling, snacking on those greens. And these are the dandelions. And she also has cilantro, which I gave her the seeds, and she managed to make them grow very successfully. And she just harvested her cucumbers here. Oh wow, she harvested all of them. There you go. She got one more in there, Dad. She picked all of the big cucumbers. Macy would love it. Yeah, there's a lot more baby ones. So it's a good thing that she did, because see, now the plant, the vine can focus the energy to the new ones, right, like right there. And I also gave her one of the cherry tomato, which is now producing, as you can see. And my granddaughter will just have her time with them. As she loves cherry tomatoes, she will not be lacking any this year. And this, from this raised bed here into my other raised bed, she will have more than enough that she could eat. And at that end of this raised bed, as you can see, I have my mustard greens as well as kales doing really well in that end of the raised bed. Okay, that some of them will be, well, actually we have been feeding to the chicken. Some of them I harvest for my soup, for my salad, because there are baby kales and mustard greens in there. Okay, so some I will allow to go into seeds. So there goes my husband with his new project. If you notice, there was a trampoline right there where he's at, and that's a trampoline turned upside down. That was my grandchildren's old trampoline, which are all worn out, and they have a new one now, and they don't need that anymore. So instead of throwing it away, my husband is going to make use of it. And as you can see, what he's creating there is a dome, using conduit to create the dome. That's about 8-foot tall dome there, and we're going to
15 feet circle.
15 feet in circumference.
The whole circle.
Okay, so that will be a perfect little dome for anything that we need to grow with some kind of protection from the squirrels that we are having problem with right now. The squirrels are just uncontrollable, so this will help us a whole lot, keeping them out. And at the same time, since we are going to wrap some bird nettings around, we'll be able to keep the squirrels out, but the pollinators will be able to get in. So can't wait for this one. This one will be perfect for a lot of the plants that I'm planning to grow. So